Well, Colin, is this a surprise meeting?
The whole thing is a bit of a surprise. It's all certainly very much last minute, but you know, there is no meeting with the President that's absolutely guaranteed until it actually happens. John Swinney flew out yesterday along with whisky bosses to push for a cut in the tariffs from the 10% agreed in the UK-US trade deal to try to get that down to a zero tariff. Now, earlier today there were meetings with bosses of the Kentucky bourbon industry, and both sides are backing zero tariffs.
20% of all our exports go to the US, and the 10% tariff is hurting them at the moment, costing us about £4 million a week. So if we can get a zero for zero deal, that would benefit the communities in Scotland, the Scottish economy, and it would be a big win. It would also be a big win for the US industry, because the US industry and the Scottish industries are very closely connected, and Scottish whisky producers buy something like $300 million worth of barrels from the US every year.
And Colin, what will happen at this Whitehouse meeting?
Well, it will take place in the Oval Office, but it won't be in front of the media, not in front of the cameras. President Trump will be joined by his Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. John Swinney will be joined by UK Ambassador Lord Mandelson. And over the summer, on his trip to Scotland, President Trump told me in that press conference at Turnberry that he hadn't realised there was a problem with whisky tariffs, but that he would be willing to look at it. And in Aberdeenshire, he met the First Minister, who really pushed the case on whisky tariffs. The President and First Minister seem to get on, and that has led to this meeting, which is due in less than an hour. Then the First Minister has further meetings with members of Congress from the Democrats and from the Republicans. But don't expect any final deal on this tonight. If there is any movement at all, we'll have to wait until next week for President Trump's state visit to the UK. But right now, this is probably positive. I would say that tonight, John Swinney's glass is probably half full.